Aloha. Thanks for your consideration of the views expressed in this ThinkTech commentary, which we are calling, Do We Want IT Billionaires Running the Country? Let's talk about Elon Musk. With his control of the Starlink satellite internet technology, he can and does upstage American foreign policy in Ukraine. He's ridiculously rich, despite his losses on Twitter. His net worth is more than $250 billion. He can do what he wants, and that includes ignoring government. He has Tesla, and X, formerly called Twitter, and also SpaceX and Starlink. We should have lost confidence in him when he made all those strange moves in acquiring Twitter, and when he then offered to have Trump resume his tweets. Yes, Musk is brilliant, but we should have seen that he is also unhinged and morally lost. His moves with Starlink are especially troubling. He intentionally cut Ukraine's internet connection and blocked an attack that Ukraine had planned in its counteroffensive against Russia. He did this because he decided, on his own, that he wanted to do something to help Russia. What Musk did was diametrically opposed to American foreign and military policy. How dare he support our enemies? What he was able to do shows flaws in our system, and the way our capitalism works for people like him. First, we should ask how Musk can be permitted to get rich and powerful enough to do this. If the Biden administration is going to tax the wealthy, how about starting with Musk? It's not healthy to have individuals in our society who are that rich and powerful, and unleashed. We should ask how Musk can be permitted to control strategic technology to advance his unhinged agenda. Is there no law, no authority, no branch of government that can stop him? His move has obstructed Ukraine's efforts, undermined American foreign and military policy, and has had a materially adverse effect on the course of the war. We know that it's against the law for an individual to engage in diplomacy. That's reserved for government. And it's also against the law to provide weapons or strategic technology to our enemies. Can we afford to allow Musk to turn strategic technology on and off in an ongoing war against one of our allies? Couldn't we invoke the Defense Production Act, as Trump was supposed to do to manufacture COVID respirators? Couldn't the government invoke the antitrust laws to break up Musk's monopoly and encourage competition? Even in the face of the recent Maui fires, the only satellite system available was his. There was no competition against his monopoly. Why hasn't the government built its own system, or taken control of the one that Musk built? We give nearly $1 trillion a year to the military, and billions more to science and space. Why were we caught short by this one wayward individual? Perhaps we expected that the government had its own satellites, but now we find it doesn't. Instead, we find that an IT magnate is running the show, and making big bucks in the process. Capitalism gone wild, even when we know that's not a good idea. And where are Musk stockholders and lenders? Are they not interested or concerned about these irresponsible uses of their investments? They've allowed Musk to do this, and thus to create a precedent that he and other mega-capitalists can do it again. Musk is not the only one. In the old days, they said follow the money. Now we should follow the IT and the data they collect with it. Congress hasn't done anything to deal with these huge social media conglomerates, and has left them free to spread disinformation without any significant regulation. These organizations have shown that they cannot be trusted to monitor their content, and Congress has likewise shown that it cannot be trusted to monitor these organizations. X, formerly Twitter, won't do it. Musk terminated Twitter's in-house monitors. Mark Zuckerberg, who controls Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and others, is much more interested in the bottom line. Their power is dangerous for our democracy. They have already badly damaged us by permitting the proliferation of lies around the country. Of course, they will continue to do that in the run-up to 2024. We need to rely on Congress to get a handle on this. But that's not likely anytime soon. Just as these unregulated monoliths can control our foreign policy, they can control public opinion and thus our domestic politics and policies. With the power of their IT and the data they collect, they get to be bigger, richer and harder to manage when it comes to lobbying and influencing our electorate and governmental institutions. These tech and social media organizations politicize this behind the First Amendment. To survive, we need to take a fresh look at this politicization. When the Biden administration tried to limit the disinformation that is being spread on social media, a Louisiana state court enjoined him. Watch out for what the Supreme Court will do. Don't call this a democracy. The power of these IT billionaires is more like the road to fascism, and a wrecking ball to our future. Thanks for your consideration of the views expressed in this ThinkTech commentary. Aloha.